Hey, Ed here, Red Beard Knife and Tool. Third episode of 52 axe patterns. This one is a belt axe. This one is probably a late 1800s, early 1900s belt axe. Check that out. It's got a stamp on it, W high, W.HIGH. I don't know. I didn't find any information on the maker. But I got it all cleaned up because it was just, the top of the eye was all mashed up. So I chamfered all that, opened the top of the eye back up. The bottom of the eye was all chewed up around the inside, along in here. I got that filed away. And by that time I was like, I'm just going to clean it off. So I stripped it down. I think I'm going to leave it like this, just like this. Yeah, I'm going to hang it on a Whiskey River 12 HC. 12 meaning 12 inches. HC means hatchet, curved hatchet handle. So if this thing feels really good, it's one of Whiskey River's newest handles, hatchet handles. And I'm excited to see. This thing has absolutely perfect grain. I don't know if you can see that. Absolutely perfect, straight up and down. And you can see the flats on the sides. That's a good indication that it has pretty good grain also. So let's go ahead and get this thing fitted for the handle. Yeah, look at that. Got it about halfway already. Maybe you can see. Yeah, it's about it. Trust me, it's halfway. So let's see. I'm gonna pop it off and see how much further we have to go for the lugs to seat. Probably another, I don't know, inch and a half. We're gonna need to bring it down to about right there. So about like I was pretty close, about an inch and a half. We'll go ahead and mark it. And that's going to seat right at the bottom of the shoulder, so I have to be real careful not to take off too much material. But I think we can make it happen. There. So I left that little step there because I'm gonna grab it going this way. But I still want to check it out to see where I'm at. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Yeah, looks like it'll do all right. Yep. Okay, so you can see where I'm getting a little bit of rubbing here and there. So I'm gonna thin that out a little bit more and then start working my way down. See under here, we got a little bit of curl. That means we got a shelf there. So we're gonna come down, we're gonna take it off. And it looks like I'm gonna have to thin out the back a little bit more. But the sides are looking pretty good. It's pretty straight. Yeah, looking good. Oh man, this thing is looking great. Look, about maybe a little less than a quarter inch. So we need to come up about another, maybe 3/4 of an inch, but Yeah, this thing is looking pretty super sweet. Looks like we got a little bit there and there on the front and the back on both sides. A little bit of rubbing up top, and we need to be careful when it rubs up top because that's had a tendency to make the handle lean one way or the other. So we're going to take that little bit of room off, that little bit of rubbing off the top also. Let's see what fits now. So this one we only came up about like maybe half of where we were, but we don't want to take off too much too fast. Just want to make sure that from here, once we start getting close, we need to take it slow to make sure that we don't take off too much, because once you take too much off, that's it. I feel like this one's pretty close. Yeah. So it's just peeking off the top. And I think we need to come down a little bit more. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. With this one, I think I want to cut this close to flush on top, just because there's not a whole lot of handle, and I think it'll look good. All right, I think we're there. I went ahead and trimmed down some of the shoulder, brought it up a little bit, brought the back of the shaft up a little bit to the shoulder to meet. But I think I thinned out the sides a little bit. The rest I'll do with my palm sander, but. This thing is super cool. I like the fact that it's got a really, long pole, and it's got this little bit of a beard in the back, along with the front. It's just, man, super handy, super handy. I'm excited. All right, now that you got the handle fitted, we're gonna go ahead and get this edge. It's pretty sharp, so I'm just gonna continue this nice little convex edge. I'm gonna start with 60 grit and just continue this convex edge and just clean it up a little. There's some file marks. We'll get those cleaned off and get the apex back, get to the burr, and then we'll just start removing the scratches from there. So the belt axes, from what I understand, have been around for a very long time. Several different makers. Like I said, I didn't find any information on the W high maker, but if you find something, let me know, because I would be interested to hear what you have to say. Like I said, we're going to start with 60, go to 80, 120, and then the conditioning belts, because we're just going to get this edge usable again. I don't know, I might polish it. It'd be cool. We got the burr going all the way up. So now we're going to work on, we're going to do 80 grit and then 120. Now that was 120, and now we're going to move to the medium conditioning belt, which is basically like a Scotch-Brite belt. I don't think we need the heavy or coarse, so we're just going to start with the medium. know if you could see this, but it's kind of cool. So there's a center line that goes right up here, and it's on both sides. It's very, very faint, but I found it when I was kind of just getting in there, and because I wanted to make these bevels kind of convex and blended with the cheeks, they showed up, this center line. So it's lower here, and it's kind of higher right here in the center line, right in the middle. So when I get it on the medium conditioning belt, it'll probably be a little more evident. So let's do that. This is exciting. Like, I didn't see it before. And I wouldn't have seen it if I wouldn't have cleaned it off. And just kind of, I don't know, it was an accident. Happy accident, I guess you could say. So let's check it out. Yeah, you can see it a little bit more. See where it's not clean and not cleaned off there, and there's a center line that runs right up through there. This is super cool. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's just cool to find cool things like this, interesting things like this. So this is the fine conditioning belt. I'm going to hit it with the medium. Ultra fine, and it's got some rouge in it. So that should make things brighten up a little bit more. Right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, now you could really see them a lot. Check that out. You see it now that it's cleaned off. Right there. This is freaking cool. Yeah. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to polish the bevel, just the bevel, from here. But everything else can stay exactly where it's at. Well, that's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. This is super interesting, and I'm pretty excited. Let's get the handle sanded and ready to receive the head. I'm freaking excited. All right, I think I got it. So I cleaned up where I hit it with the belt grinder, and I took a little bit of this belly off, just to give it a little more of a rounded edge. So if you want to use it for, carving or whatever, yeah, it's all cleaned up. So the reason why I did this, when you buy a handle from somewhere, you don't have to use it as it is or shape it the way it is. If you want to change something about it, the way it's going to fit the axe head, change it. It's a blank slate. It's yours. Make it the way you would want to use it. That's the way I see it. So I'm going to sand this I'm probably going to get it to 220. Nah, I'm going to sand it to 120. Then I'm going to give it a little bit of a tasteful char. Oh, yeah, this thing is just super fantastic. I am loving this little handle. Loving this belt axe. This is a great axe for hatchet 452 patterns. And let's get this thing torched. So this is what I use, a Flame King. I always have to take the can off though, because I don't know, for some reason, I feel like it leaks. So I don't want to, I'm not giving this one the benefit of the doubt, but I just put a little Kemp, and then bam, look at that. Wear gloves. Still pretty warm, but I got the toast going on. I'm just going to rub it down with some steel wool to knock the char off. Just the same piece of steel wool that I keep on my bench, just to knock the char off, smooth everything out. Yeah. I really love how this finish works out for a handle. Especially one with really good grain. It just, man, it makes it super smooth. It's already just, even the ash, you see that corner, it's just shining. So yeah, let's get the wedge made, and then we can hang this thing. This is an older, well, an Osage orange wedge that I had made an attempt to use, but it was a failure. You know, I cut too much off, so I had to abandon this wedge. But it works, going to work really good for this. But if you notice something a little bit different, you see how big the eye is on the bottom compared to how big the eye is on the top. So when this fits, I'm going to have to use a really thin wedge, and the eye is super hourglassed. So it's going to have to be a super thin wedge, and then once I get it to length, see, I'm only going to need a little bit. So I don't know, this might be good. This might be good. It'll probably be good. Just going to get it cleaned up. Got it going in a little bit. Goes in about 1/2 inch. So I think we're good. I think we're good. We'll let the axe take it in, the mallet take it in the rest of the way, the wedge driver. I did want to check and see. Could probably make the kerf a little bit lower. It's only going down about a little more than half. So I'm not real sure. I'm having doubts. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the kerf down a little bit. Got the wedge. I got this walrus oil, polymerized linseed oil. I like to use it. It just works really good. So I'm going to just dipped it in there, and I'm going to let it drain while I get this hatchet on the handle. It looks pretty good. Looks really good. My mallet. Oh, this thing, it's already giving me the giggles. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, let's get the wedge in. Flip this around. There we go. In we go. Oh, look at that. It's in backwards. That would have been fun. Oh yeah. I think I'm going to stop right there. It's a pretty good wedge. Went down about, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. This is exciting. And go get a cut. Oh man, this thing is freaking badass. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Osage orange wedge. I couldn't be more happy with this. Oh man, let's get some oil on it. I'm not even going to wear gloves. Screw it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let me get some oil on this handle and then I'll be right back. All right. Episode 3 of 52 axe patterns is in the books with this W-high belt hatchet pattern. Super cool axe, probably from the late 1800s, early 1900s. I don't know. I couldn't find any information on it. If you know of anything, you see W-high. That's the mark. That's the maker. If you know anything about this pattern, this maker, let me know. I'd be interested to hear about it. If you see me doing anything wrong, you see me doing anything right, you see something you want me to do differently, let me know. I'm super excited about this. This is episode 3. There's 49 more to go. So I got plenty to learn and plenty to hang. So I'm just excited to bring you guys along in this journey. It's going to be a freaking wild ride. Yeah. Episode 3. 52 axe patterns. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a good day.